What's up YouTube, God41221 here, and welcome back to Code of Heroes 2, my online series. So my last video, well, you guys probably haven't seen it yet, basically because my rendering software won't import a 200 gigabyte video because it was about a 45-minute match, and so I'm still trying to figure out maybe I can compress it a different way. Anyway, so as you can see, I am playing as the Oberkommando West, obviously. That's Season 2, pretty much OKW and American forces. I may, go back to the Wehrmacht at some point to counter these kind of factions, talk about that, but I feel like I haven't done enough videos on these factions just yet. I mean, I did 50 on the other two, so we'll see. I am getting content sometimes, but it's also kind of hard because the game's updating because it's so new. Well, relatively new. It's about, I guess it came out on like the 23rd, so it's about a couple weeks old right now, and they're doing a lot of updates, changing units, abilities, how much they cost, grenades, other things like that, doctrines around. So yeah, let's just say this game is wiping out my replays left and right that I'm getting. So I get a great replay, and I go to record the next day, it's gone. Thankfully, this hasn't updated in a couple days right now, so I do have a couple replays built up. This one, include another one. I'm getting a ton on this map because I am crossing off Moscow outskirts. I really don't like that map. I think it's way too exposed for two people. You just have this big map for these two guys. It's not very good. So we have that, and then I don't do the Moscow outskirts winter or this. I don't do Oka River winter. That's just not good for two people. It's really a three people map. Three teams, well, six people, three teams of both guys. Anyway, you can see these guys are both the Soviets, Headhunter and Conrad Curse with a C. Wow. So keep in mind this is the summer map of this, so they do have rivers and choke points. So our fuel is here and not here, thankfully, and their fuel is not here, but it's here. So I got my Storm Pioneers. Now these guys are, if you use them correctly, they're more of the flanking guys. They're not so much of let me just charge straight onto the enemy, because they will die. They do like Pioneer help, but they have great weapons. So we're going up against a lot of penal troops this match. And scout cars. Scout cars could be very deadly against Oberkommando West early on, because keep in mind we don't have any. Well, we do have this AT, which I'm getting right away. So I thought I was going to just try to cut off some resources, because keep in mind, if I cut off this point here, it stops in the resources they're getting from there. Actually, never mind. Sorry, this one goes all the way to here. Anyway, I saw that his guys were shooting at me, and I'm like, how dare you, Common Engineer, shoot at the Storm Pioneers? Look at these guys run back. They're actually going to try to hop in the building, and they have some friends. Now, I can't just zoom in like this while I'm playing, but just to let you know, there's 4 windows there, so all the guys can fire out. And now I'm shooting at a mortar crew, and I just got to fall back. I mean, I'm outnumbered. So Juicebox did a great thing. He put the MG in the church. This is critical. You really need an MG in this church, whether you're the Soviets or the, you can see the MG in the church. Whether you're the Soviets or you're the, pretty much any faction, get an MG in that church. I mean, the Oberkommando West worked pretty well with the regular Wehrmacht. Anyway, you can see I'm going to move my truck here. I'm going to place a medical truck right here. It's kind of protected, but it's close enough that we can keep, if we lose a town, I mean, I'm in trouble if I lose that, but I think I'm feeling pretty confident that I can kind of help hold. Look what they're going to do. They're going to throw a satchel. I was telling Juicebox is going to pull out his MG. They're all safe, and he's going to wipe out the church. I wouldn't necessarily have retreated there, but he decided to retreat there. But he did get his MG out of the church, which is important not to lose a early unit like that. My Storm Pioneers are back at base. I'm going to regroup them. I'm getting my AT set up because I'm pretty sure a scout car is going to come down this road. You can see the Volksgrenadiers are not very good against Penals, but these guys are kind of weak. They've been shot at a lot. We have Grenadier support and MG. Oh, no, we have the Kubelwagen. Now, the Kubelwagen is good. Now, one thing this guy failed to do was he failed to repair his engine in time. He's going to leave this guy to die. And just for good measure, a Panzerfaust. So I'm cutting off their munitions. And they are pushing back in here. They're going very heavy tier 1. Well, technically, yeah, they have a lot of conscripts and penal troops, and they also have a couple engineers with flamethrowers. This guy wants support, and this guy went with the penal, so it's a good balance. But yeah, don't make common engineers unless you need to. I mean, they can be very, you know what, these guys are very effective on base outside Rostov. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically, where there's a ton of buildings, it's good. I mean, if we were doing a lot of urban fighting, we were garrisoning stuff, that would be good, but these guys are not real fighting soldiers, these men here. And then he's on retreat. Watch the blindness of my grenadiers. They cannot hit anything. Look at this guy run right past them. And they're not even gonna hit him. Can you believe how bad a shot they are? He just ran like... And I'm gonna have my Kubowagen try to chase some of these guys off. I'm gonna stop him right here, roughly, so he can try to kill these guys on retreat. And so these guys are perfectly lined up actually to get suppressed by this guy. And I gotta be careful with my Kubowagen, but these guys are low health once again, so if they're gonna go heavy infantry, they really need to get those medics. And I also have my troops here to support. They're gonna throw a satchel on me. I gotta reverse the hell away. This will blow my car to sky high. You can see I reversed out there and was able to pull back. And almost wiped out that squad with a flamethrower. Lots of flamethrowers from these guys. So I'm gonna pull back and use my Storm Pioneers to help repair that. I do have a medical truck set up here, so I can heal my troops. I also do an alternate retreat point. This would be helpful as being very aggressive and trying to push up. Now, you can see my guys trying to fight off some of these men, but they did a decent job up close with these guys. But these guys have the SVT-40, which is basically a semi-automatic rifle. You can see my cars here. I mean, it's good. If they can catch this guy can be in trouble. Well, I don't like this one. I don't like when OKW and West players spam 2 of these guys. Well, I guess 2 isn't really spam. When you have multiple, like 2 or 3 of these can lay waste infantry if you use them correctly. So Juicebox put his MG in a new house and is focusing fire on this mortar crew here. Yes, I love zooming in on this game. I probably have to lower my graphics a little bit when I record so I don't have giant files like 200 gigs where I can't even process the video. So you guys are going to heal up here. I just brought them back. I'm going to get a howitzer. Oh, sorry, it's an infantry support gun. It's basically like a light howitzer. So this is my howitzer. He's going to go into the battlefield. Well, my light infantry gun. It's going to be firing HE barrages, high explosive shells, at this building here. That's how I'm getting it. These guys forced to fall back again. Those mortars are pretty effective, especially when they have the veteran Z on them. So they're already building up for a tank at 7 minutes. Now you can see it's always important as over Commando West because your tanks will be delayed. You get a Panther about, it's almost like the 15-minute rule for over Commando West. 10-minute rule still applies to. I wonder if that's like I call it a thing, right? It's like it's legit, you know, 10-minute rule you can get stuff, but like that's 100% like legitimate. I wonder if that's people. I've heard people mention that on my videos, but it should be like on an official guide somewhere. The 10-minute rule, because it's true and it works like 90% of the time. You can have a tank out in like 10 to 11 minutes, especially in the with the Over Commando West. I'm sorry, with the Wehrmacht. So I am suppressing these guys with this car here. Anyway, these boxes are throwing rifle grenades in. My howitzer, keep on howitzer. My light infantry gun is shooting. I now have some of these Panzer Fusiliers, and look at these guys just got utterly wiped out. And you can see my medics do not heal when these men are in combat, which is a very good thing. Your medics should not be healing troops out while they are shooting back. And I do my Panzer Fusiliers. I'm really loving these units. These are great anti-infantry units, especially with the recon package. And anyway, my support gun is now shooting into this house. Gonna blow it up. I'm trying to combat. You know, look at that. 3 mortars. That's a mortar spam right there, and 120mm mortar out of those 3 mortars. So I have these guys suppressed with the Kubowagen, and I am using my Storm Pioneers to help decimate the, you know, just kind of move in once they're suppressed. That's what they're used for, you know, since when troops are suppressed, moving in or flanking. Definitely not. I mean, the greatest way to kill these guys as an American player is just get them in the open and focus fire on them, because they do not have a ton of health. So you can see right here, I'm going to suppress these guys and flank around again. I also have my guys up here, my Panzer Fusiliers moving in. You know, we're having a little bit of a... These guys just getting shredded. And that's another squad wiped out. Losing your men like that is not good. So we're having like a little bit of a mortar barrage. You know, they're trying to take out my gun here. And they're not doing the, you know, they have more things to shoot at me. So I'm gonna force them back. I'm gonna push up with my men here and just make them retreat. They are low health. If you didn't see that, you know, I could have taken out a lot of those guys. Anyway, I lost this to a douchka. Of course, a light truck would get to a light little car would get killed by a douchka. So the great thing is my artillery gun can now heal here. I do have my AT poorly positioned. I should have moved it up a little bit, but you can see they're going for a quick T-34 to, you know, hopefully catch us off guard, and a bunch of mortars and infantry. I cannot believe he just let his douchka sit here. And I'm actually just like wiping this guy out completely. These men are vet too. I just want to get rid of the douchka, but I gotta fall back. And my guy got stuck on a Pinot troop, so I tried to wipe out the douchka. I failed there. But I do have a bunch of these men, and these guys will, you know, they will shred some of those guys. So I'm gonna move and try to throw a grenade, just get rid of this gun once and for all. There's no whole lot of damage here. The grenade did go off, so we were no longer going to be suppressed. They're pushing up towards my headquarters here. They've been some anti-tank grenades that might be good, but juice box, it's a lot of infantry by my headquarters that are healing up. And I mean, this is like infantry skirmishes from like day one COH. It's great. COH2. Mass conscripts, grenadiers, you know, Panzer Fusiliers mixing it up. It's interesting to see two Soviet players that play together. Now, I'm going to try to move these guys up and try to get around this douchka here and do some real damage. But then a T-34 pops out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can back up with this. This gun can retreat, so I'm going to start using that. I'm asking Juicebox if you would be so kind to hit this with a Panzerfaust to kind of stop it. So I'm trying to maneuver this. I'm going to lose this squad, unfortunately. But I am trying to get the tank. It's a little more important than my Sturm Pioneers at this point. So I lost them. That's unfortunate. But if I take out this T-34, you know, it'll be a major blow to them. And I'm bringing up more troops. They're getting Panzerfausted. This gun is like not shooting for some reason. I don't know how you can't have line of sight on that. Like, it's just really we hit those guys with a flame, with a their flamethrower blew up there and caught their own guys on fire. Good aggressive push from the douchka there. They're making it hell for us. So I'm tossing another grenade at the douchka here. I just want to stop it from firing. These guys are highly veteran. They're veteran 2 vet 2s. How often do you see that? And I'm surprised my guy still is not shooting at this tank here, my AT gun. This is taking a lot of fire. I think it's actually from my own guy. Yeah, it is from this artillery. So they did flank me there. And I think I'm destroying my own headquarters here. Or actually, he's going to start shooting at it probably. Yeah, the combination of this guy hitting our own guys. So I should have moved this a little bit, and it's just a bad situation right now. I could capture a douchka though. So I'm going to lose this position, unfortunately. It will delay me for making tanks, which is not good, but their T-34 advantage is lost. They have heavy engine damage. Or destroying engine damage, whatever you want to call it. So at this point, I'm perfectly content just to put one back here, heal up my men. So we are winning the infantry battle right now. They have nerfed these guys too. Panzer Grenadiers kind of suck. Like they're really good in the beginning. Oh, and then a T-70 comes out. I wonder if this guy was, yeah, he's saving up for SUs. So I'm a little disappointed this gun is not shooting in. That's clearly in the range. Clearly in range. I'm gonna try to pull this artillery gun back, but it's pretty much screwed. I did manage to hit that though and wipe it out. Not before it, of course, is gonna shoot at my man. My Grens that are my Volksgrens that are pulling back. Yeah. The juice box is pushing up again. A little dangerous in a blob here, especially against that kind of tank designed to take out light targets. This guy is like dead, but he's still just kind of rolling around the battlefield. I've never seen a tank last this long after it's been knocked out of control. That was really weird. So now they're pushing up and they're using their mortars to capture stuff. I'm building a flag half track here where the Panzer headquarters. So notice I built the gun facing out. Normally it's default the truck is facing this way. So just keep in mind, Keep that in mind. I'm gonna save up for a Panther. I can see a Panther they stole my artillery gun. I can see a Panther solving all the issues there. So I'm gonna try to push up and take some munitions. Keep in mind, we don't really need munitions. I mean, our grenades are really expensive. It should probably be 25 to be honest. So to deal with the infantry, I'm gonna get some Obersoldaten. Some great units here. They have MG34 and they are very deadly at killing ships, especially conscripts. Around this time, Juicebox gets the Panzer IV out, and this thing will go hunt down this guy who has a damaged engine. When your guys get damaged and you have, just try to repair that engine as quickly as possible. It gives you mobility to maybe run. Because right now, if he tries to run, he's in trouble. Keep in mind, for all the mortars and stuff, and machine guns, he does not have any whatsoever AT. He hasn't made a tank yet. So you can see, we're trying to wipe out the more squads here. We're trying to wipe out their mortars. If we can capture the 120mm mortar, this game would be over. So we're actually losing because we don't have a single PP right now. And they are recapturing. They're getting the munitions back after that was decapped. We have the light tank moving in. And the men are in the middle of the street getting massacred. You think... Oh, and then, you know what he got? He got a Katusha. Support artillery. So, yeah. Guess who made up for themselves? These guys. The rocket launcher. They made up for not taking out that T-34. See, I'm floating a little bit of manpower. Just what I'm going to do, I'm going to start diverting some more forces over to the right side, because I believe this is completely undefended, which it is, you know. So I'm going to start doing that. Once again, you can try to satchel it, but just not the right makeup. They have like not a single AT for how much infantry and support weapons these guys do have. So a tip for fighting against an American player, or even a bunch of Soviet penal troops, are these guys. These Panzerschützers. These are quick firing. I guess they have firing needs, but they're quick firing. They're pretty accurate. You can see with two of my men there, we pretty much wiped out these guys, and they don't even have Gewehrs yet. The Gewehrs are 90 munitions, which I think is a little. I think it should be like 45, like the rest of it. Maybe there's 6 they need more. At least make it like 60 or something, because 90 is a little ridiculous. We'll see if that changes at some point. Company of Heroes 2 has changed quite a lot. You can see my men outnumbering these guys, doing decent work. I gotta pull these guys back, but unfortunately they pulled back through the satchel charge there. So I'm like, Juicebox, can you help me here? So he's gonna push back the machine gun. Now the son is pretty much in trouble. He left his truck pretty undefended. He doesn't have an SU though shooting at Juicebox. So I'm trying to maneuver this guy. You know, it's kind of hard to maneuver a rocket truck after all, or a rocket launcher. I'm like, Juicebox, same plan. Hit its engine, right? There he goes. You can hit its engine, and then this guy's having trouble maneuvering. Look at him. He's like going back and forth, back and forth. He's like having trouble maneuvering around. But if I can start hitting this guy and it's in the SU and its rear armor with the tank, I mean, we'll do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he just came out of the line of sight of me, so he's gonna retreat off. And the Katusha, oh, that's another SU. So this guy's making SUs and Katushas. I'm wondering how they have all this fuel. I'm getting 29. I'm getting 19. What's the Juicebox getting? 26. Okay, it's about even for fuel. They did hold more of the map. Keep in mind when you have a Katusha. Keep in mind when you have an SU tank destroyer, it can be singled out like this with a Panzer IV. So especially in a city like this, I would not recommend SUs. They can easily be outmaneuvered, especially in a city like this. Steps are pretty decent, you know, for SU-85s. You can get a couple of them on a hill and just like snipe the enemy and stuff. So I'm trying to get these guys back. Rockets are falling down around them. These are like the heroic crew that took out a vehicle there. So I'm taking this whole side of the Obersoldaten. I sent my most elite troops over here. Yeah, I'm sending my most elite troops over here to make sure I completely capture this side. And even if I run into like a squad of conscripts or something, it won't stop me. So you can see I pretty much spread out. I have my forces in the center, far right, and upper left side. I do have a Panther. Once the Over Commander West gets a Panther out, I mean, you're a little bit in trouble because it is a Panther, but I've seen these things misused, you know. gotta be kind of careful with your Panther. So T-34s are coming over here. I'm gonna pull back my Panther because push it towards more for the center because these bucks is a very heavy infantry concentration and needs my help. I do not have a problem helping out a teammate here. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm waiting for the gun to go. So I am moving that in, and now I'm taking over the VP here. So VPs are slowly gonna start ticking in against them. The light anti-tank gun is not going to be sufficient against the Panther. Keep in mind, I'm not afraid of a T-34 with a damaged engine with its rear armor exposed. And these guys can't do any damage to my tank. It's even better. So there goes the T-34. And they're throwing a satchel on me. I'm like, oh my goodness. They can throw satchels, right? And this tank literally survived so many hits. Now its main gun is destroyed. You can see I'm pushing up and gonna try to take out the ATs there. I got news for you. Once these ATs have been dealt with by my infantry, Katyushas. Look at all the Katyusha rocket fire. They're just trying to pound us. So at this point, I realized that there's probably nothing stopping me from, you know, just marching straight up to their base and taking out their Katyushas. And I was right. It's letting anti-tank guns kind of suck. Especially against, you know, armor. So I take out his Katyusha, his second one's back there. This guy's getting pretty frustrated right now. They lost all their vehicles and they had a very big early vehicle advantage. It seems like guys are doing a lot of damage. They do have flamethrowers. And I did wipe out a squad there, but I'm down to 2 men now. I should really get in some cover. But I need to pull these guys back. But not before I try to wipe out a unit. Now I'm just going to fall back because, you know, of course the pathing's going to... I think the pathing, if you retreat, they should be able to jump over walls. It's a little ridiculous if they run all the way around that way. And the barbed wire's blocking. Well, the barbed wire, that makes sense, right? So I'm being a little conservative with the Panther here. This is a long fight, I believe, or I think it's going to be a long fight. So I'm going to push it back. So you can see my responses. Panzer Fusiliers and Obersoldaten to all these guys. And you can see how quickly these units are dying. Especially with the MGs, like, they're getting pretty desperate right now. And they're sending whole units in pretty much just to die. And look at Juicebox's tank here. It took out 3 of my men. That was not his fault. That was just the, you gotta be careful. Tanks do friendly fire. I'm a little frustrated with that that barrage still coming. You can see there's a lot of dead troops here. I need to. I'm gonna put another medic bunker down here so I can. I'm gonna put another medic bunker down here so I can heal and reinforce my troops. That's my thinking, at least. Look at my Panther. It's like I want a piece of the T-34, and it destroyed it. So we do a blitzkrieg mode. Combat blitz. It's amazing how they tweak these things just a little bit. Combat. So at this point, Headhunter quit. He was this guy, and his teammate is gonna soon follow because, you know, you're on your own, right? And then it says sync error detected. It's just me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. You can see the kills here. I had 96, and Juicebox had 92. 34 losses. He lost very few men. He was very good at preserving his units, and they lost a ton of men, especially Headhunter. So you can see these guys were actually relatively new compared to our levels here. I thought it was still a good match to show you the Oberkommando West, how they were just dominating in the middle and the center of the game, especially when they pushed us and destroyed my truck here for just all the way back, how you can recover from that and try not to quit when it's not going your way, because something can change the battle, you know, a Panther coming out or a critical vehicle battle with a couple vehicles getting destroyed on either side. Just try not to quit the game. But these guys are in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, we could pretty much push their base soon anyway, so they just wanted to make defeat. Anyway, cut from into 2 on sign. I hope you enjoyed.